Given all the various complexities and gray areas and unknowns of the cannabis industry, with all of the risks that you look at it on a daily basis, what are some of the most commonly misunderstood or misrepresented coverage areas with cannabis insurance?
It's kind of like the question that there's known knowns and there's unknown unknowns. Well, we know some of the unknowns. So
you guys are gonna have to play that one back.
So honestly, I think it's crop coverage. Especially in the early days and still today, people gravitate towards, I'm a grower, I need to protect my crops. Makes perfect natural sense. But then when you kind of dig into it and you look at the coverages and such, you actually realize that, like, you talk to a grower and say, hey, what do you want crop protection for? Pests, vermin, environmental issues, my HVAC goes out, equipment break, all these things. I'm like, well, you're about to buy a policy that's not gonna cover any of that. So I find that when we talk to agents all the time, we talk about overinsurance, underinsurance, efficient insurance, we walk in all these situations where people are having crop coverage that would cover 4 times what their entire value of their crop is, because they just didn't understand it. And then when you actually talk to the insured and the loss came in, they would say, well, I had my HVAC system broke down and I'm covered, right? And you're like, no, equipment breakdown's excluded. They're like, why the heck am I paying for this? And what we've come to realize is exactly why the heck are you paying for it? Because it's a limited peril coverage, generally 9 perils. So that's one area where I see, a lot of folks either overinsuring or not understanding it. And I think there's some other areas too, where folks aren't taking the coverage where they should. To take an opposite, like cyber is an area where it drives me crazy. We've got all these retailers taking ATM transactions, tons of personal info, credit cards, driver's license, scanning them, and they don't have cyber. So there's this dichotomy of people over-insuring for crop, and then you have something that's critically important like cyber or employment practice liability that they're, I don't want to say ignoring, but not taking up. I think a lot of that's education, because a layperson who's growing crops thinks, I have to protect my crops. That's what's going to hurt my business. On the other side, the cyber and employment practices, that's what's really going to affect your business when somebody sues you for a workplace incident or a data breach.